Project, what's it about?
Well, it's a kind of community collective where we run different events and activities, just highlighting the importance of fatherhood, like you just said. We do it through various activities, but these activities are quite innovative because I think, as a lot of organisations will understand who target fathers, it's quite difficult for them to engage young men and young fathers these days, but the events that we run are highly influenced by dads themselves, so that makes it so attractive for other people to get involved.
Why do you consider it to be difficult to engage young men?
I don't think it's much of a consideration as an actual fact. We have quite a few organisations come to us and ask us for help for trying to engage young fathers and men. I think the reason is that it kind of comes in the title, Daddy Cool Project. If it's not cool, kind of inverted commas, then, it doesn't seem too appealing. If it seems boring, they wouldn't really get involved.
And I mean, we've been talking about, the notion of what it means to be male and masculine. And interesting, but for people who we're talking to about this, a female this morning in terms of our guest. I'm curious about what you consider the stumbling, actually not even the stumbling blocks, but what is it to be male? What are men saying to you or to the people in your organisation about being male in now?
Well, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I think the common trend is that the actual ability to be there for their children, I think that's quite an important thing to a lot of guys these days, despite the actual kind of, trend that fathers aren't around and fathers don't want to be involved. I don't think that's true at all. I think having the actual ability to be there for their child, they take a great pride in. So I think allowing them to do that makes them feel more masculine.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things someone talked about earlier is about the how young men are now, and I suppose girls who are carrying these children, but the age seems to be going down in terms of people becoming parents, and so therefore, in a way, they are almost not men by the time they become fathers. That must be a problem.
I think it might be perceived to be a problem, but from what I've heard and who I've spoken to, fatherhood is actually a fact that by becoming a father at a younger age, it encourages young men to become more developed and kind of forward thinking because they have responsibility. So even though, like, the actual kind of, stereotype is that, they're too young to be a dad and they're immature, it's actually not true.
So what is the truth?
The truth is, young boys do want to be responsible and they do want to be involved if they're given the chance.
And presumably, if they are very young, the families are saying what are the families saying to these young parents? Are they saying, yes, be involved, or are they saying, well, actually, once it's happened, don't bother? I mean, are they encouraged to be involved with their children?
I think every circumstance is different.
Right.
I think that's one kind of thing that we recognise as an organisation, but not a lot of others do, because kind of like tick boxes involved.
Yeah.
We're quite open-minded our start. So I think it's dependent on the individual, to be honest, and where they come from as a family kind of unit.
Right. Emma, thank you very much for joining us this morning. That was Emma Harper, the Daddy Cool Project. She's talking about how we should recognise the individuality of, young fathers, that each person comes with their own perception, if you like.